Good morning, company XYZ. My name is Jared, and today I want to talk to you about employee satisfaction. As I talk, I want you to contemplate the question, are your employees satisfied with your company? And so, what is job satisfaction? According to organizational behavior, job satisfaction is a pleasurable emotional state resulting from the appraisal of one's job or job experiences. In other words, it represents how you feel about your job and what you think about your job. That's what it boils down to is the emotional state from your job or job experiences and how you feel and think about them. Simple. How you feel and think about your job and your job experiences. How do your employees feel and think about their jobs? Is that important? Is it important for us to even be talking about job satisfaction? Is it important for us to be talking about how our employees think and feel about their jobs? I would say yes. Organizational behavior and authors go on to say that employees with high job satisfaction experience positive feelings when they think about their duties or take part in task activities, meaning they're going to be more productive because they're happy to be at work. They're positive about their job. They're positive about the duties they have, the tasks that you have for them. They're excited about it because they have high satisfaction in the job that they have been given. What about the inverse? Well, the inverse is also true. Employees with low job satisfaction experience negative feelings when they think about their duties or take part in a task activity. So what that means is our employees, if they enjoy their job, if they have high job satisfaction, they'll be more positive and more productive. And when they don't have high job satisfaction, they will think negatively about their duties and the tasks they're involved in, and therefore be less productive. Some findings from a case study in Oxford at a banking company. They did research on 50 employees, and they asked these employees a variety of questions to gauge where their job satisfaction was at and what would equivalent to higher job satisfaction. And 80% of the employees agreed that organizations with a high adequacy of motivation, such as compensation, job security, fairness in payment and benefits, support with personal and family matters as well, have a strong effect on employee satisfaction. And so 80% of employees are like, I would have higher job satisfaction with things like compensation, job security, fairness in payments and beliefs, benefits, support of personal and family matters. And so that's a lot of them, 80%. It's 40 of the 50. 88% of the employees agreed that organizations with supervisory support for its employees are likely to win employees' job commitment. And so almost all of the employees agreed that if they had supervisory support from their supervisors and their managers, they would be more likely to commit to their jobs. And at this company, 70% of the 50 employees felt that the top management didn't care about their welfare and development. And so most of them just said, our top things is that our managers care about us, but most of them don't think their managers actually care about them at all. And some other stats found in the organizational behavior book state that 45% of Americans are satisfied with their jobs, 51% of Americans find their work interesting, 51% of Americans are satisfied with their boss, and 57% of Americans like their coworkers. For me, these stats were astonishing because just about half of the employees like their job, but the other half don't. They're not satisfied with their job. The other half aren't satisfied with their employers, their bosses. They don't find their work interesting. And a little less than half don't think that they like their coworkers all that much. And so this is just pointing that there's a need for this. It's not just your company or my company that needs support. There's a lot of companies that need support in this area of job satisfaction. And so what challenges are your company facing right now? Well, first of all, the reason that you contracted me is your company is experiencing an extremely high level of turnover with their customer service department. The average length of your employee's tenure is less than 4 months. just enough time to get them trained, and then they leave. So why such a high turnover? Well, some of your employees filled out a survey, and here is some thoughts that they had. They don't feel cared for by managers. They feel like cogs in a wheel. This was examples from employee A and ex-employee A. Employees feel a high level of stress, says employee A. Employees do not feel like they are adequately reimbursed for their labor. Employee A said that they feel like they put in too much work and don't get paid enough. And employee B says that they've been with your company for years and still get paid the same as the new employees. And managers are saying that they only care about getting the work done. One manager says, my job is to manage people and make sure their work is getting done. Anything outside of that is not my concern. And that raises concern. You see this need because the managers are saying, I only care about the job getting done. I don't care about the employees. And what we have just seen before is that the employees care about the managers caring about them. That's one of the main things for them. And so how do I develop satisfied employees? Well, we just talked about how 80% of employees agreed that if they have these markers of high adequacy of motivation, like the supervisors caring for them and giving them higher pay and promotions, they would have higher job satisfaction. 88% of employees wanting supervisory support. So what do we need to do? We need to develop these systems and these processes to create a healthy environment for employees. So how do we establish a healthy environment for employees? Well, in organizational behavior, they say that they point out the value precept theory, which argues that job satisfaction depends on whether you perceive your job supplies the things that you value. So goes this idea of values. Does your job give you what you value? The theory can be summarized by the following equation. Dissatisfaction equals want minus have times importance. What I want minus what I have times importance. So if I want $70,000 a year in pay, but I'm only getting $50,000 in pay, and 70,000 minus 50,000, that's $20,000 in pay. And if that's the number one importance on my list, and I have made that known to my manager, but they only care about getting the job done, they don't care about paying me more, then that importance goes up. That $20,000 becomes a big deal to me as a company or as an employee. Or if I want 2 hours a week to have with my manager to talk about what's going on in my department, and I only get 30 minutes, then that's an hour and a half of frustration that I have. And if that's top priority for me, then I am not happy with my employer, and I'm not satisfied with my job. And so I give you a couple examples, but what are essential values for us to talk about? Well, there's pay, which is that employees want high pay and they want a secure salary. They want that $70,000 every year, and they want to be guaranteed that they'll have it. They want frequent promotions, and they want them based on the ability. If they've been there for years and they've proven themselves, they want a promotion. They want to be recognized for their skills. Another value that employees have is supervision. They want good supervisors that are relational and praise them for good work. They want a relationship with their supervisors, not just supervisors that say, get the job done. They want supervisors that say, hey, I'm walking through this with you, and you did a great job on that. And they want coworkers that are enjoyable and responsible. They're fun to be around, but they also get the job done. They want to like the work itself. It's a high value for them. They want to have achievement and creativity and independence and stimulation. They want to feel challenged and free and creative in their jobs. They want altruism. They want to help others. They want to serve those around them. They value status, prestige, power, fame. They want to rise through the ranks. They want to see that they are doing something of worth. And they want to be in a safe and comfortable environment that they know that they can get work done and not be judged and not be harassed and not be any of those things is a high value. And all of this information was found in organizational behavior. Yeah. So for you, company XYZ, all this information about employee satisfaction, what is your next step? Well, first, ask your employees how satisfied they are. Do a survey on the 8 values that we just went over and ask them, how well are we doing at these things on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you frustrated? Where are you feeling well? It sounds like a couple of things right now is supervisory connections and pay and recognition. Those are a few things that are coming up already. Determine which 3 values are the highest priority. So as you walk through your employees and see which of these is the biggest priority, and then develop a plan to establish those 3 values in your organization for the next 6 months. Spend the next half a year just developing those 3 values. Don't worry about the other 5 at the time, just those top 3. And then after your 6 months is up, check in on those values. And if you have established those values well, then I want you to go back and repeat steps 1 through 4. How are you doing with all 8 values? Which 3 are now the top 3 to work on? And then go back through and establish a plan for those 3, spend 6 months on it, and keep doing that until your employees are completely satisfied. My guess is there are always going to be things to work on because people are always growing and needing new things. And so this just needs to be a habit and a rhythm that you get through with your employees. That every 6 months you are establishing new values to prioritize. And hopefully you're always prioritizing these things with your employees so that they have high job satisfaction and you can feel like your employees are doing a good job. They are happy, they're positive, they like their job because you care about them. And therefore that will lead to your employees lasting for longer than 4 months because they're like, I like it here. Why would I leave after 4 months? And so you can train employees and have them last for longer. So if you try these 5 steps, I believe that your company will be in a better place in 6 months from now. Thank you. My sources for this presentation were here, organizational and culture study at the bank in Oxford, and then organizational behavior, improving performance and commitment in the workplace. Thank you. I hope that you will consider these